What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another reaction. I'm very excited about this music video. We're checking out Rie's because if you want to check out my other reactions to this whole story, which started off with Yu Jong's Begin, KB's Be Free, and of course, Junji's Be Mine, which features Rie as the love interest. And I'm guessing this is going to be like much like KB and Yu Jong showing off one relationship from two different perspectives, which kind of made you realize that this is a lot different than you initially thought. And there was a bit of a flip in terms of understanding KP's perspective and realizing that he is the one to thank for, because if it wasn't for him, this relationship wouldn't happen. And now I'm guessing the song is called Because, so it's going to provide some kind of an explanation as to why they have possibly have broken up in Be Mine, because there was like this beautiful visual of Rie in the phone booth. Junji was on the outside and there was a sunset. To me, it kind of represented the sunset on this relationship, as it seemed like they pretty much said goodbye or said until we see each other again or something like that in the end of the music video. Now, I'm very excited, like I said, even though I haven't checked out the work of these guys as a group, I am still very much a fan of their individual music videos as I've been reacting to them so far. And I really appreciate you guys' comments, all of your interpretations, all of the details that you guys are providing. And I'm very happy to see that despite the fact that these guys are insanely underrated, they have a very, very dedicated fandom. So thank you guys for watching these reactions, and thank you guys for the support and obviously supporting these guys. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Rie, Because. I mean, if I had these abs, I'd want somebody to take a photo as well. I would take it myself. Oh, that's a nice connection to Yu Jong, I think. Being impatient. Damn, he has a very lovely voice. And that is a really nice chorus. This was absolutely beautiful. And before we get into it, I do want to talk about the message in the description, which reads, "I don't believe there needs to be just one form of love. The emotions we feel towards our parents, the emotions we feel towards our cats and dogs, and there are all those emotions and wounds in the world. I don't believe there needs to be just one form of love." And obviously, there isn't just one form of love, but I guess in context with this concept of showing off and shedding light on a relationship between two people of the same gender, as far as love is love regardless of who is in love, but also with the rest of that message, as far as you cannot, the love that you have for a parent or for a child or for a friend or a lover is very different. And even the love that you have for a lover, uh you don't realize how much you love someone, how much you love them, until you meet someone else, someone new, and you love them that much more. So love should not be cannot be valued and should just be celebrated. And also, obviously, in the context of this concept, there isn't just one form of love, but also I don't think anyone really believes that there's just one form of love. But this video, I feel like did a phenomenal job of this entire concept, this entire series did a phenomenal job of not just shedding light on a relationship between two people of the same gender, but making it incredibly tasteful in the sense that they're not just doing it for the sake of doing it. They're showing off a very real relationship with real struggles and real vulnerabilities and things that anyone can kind of relate to, whether it's someone that is in a relationship with a person of the same gender or even the opposite gender. They're touching on subjects that are very much relatable to all relationships. As far as here, you guys actually talked about it in the Be Mine reaction, which is why I feel kind of very comfortable just jumping to this conclusion. As far as Rie, you guys talked about, he's possibly not a big fan of taking this relationship public. Like, the reason why this relationship was kind of called off is because he didn't want anyone to find out. Whereas Junji very much he's like the KB in this relationship, and Rie is like a mixture of Yujang and KB, kind of, because he's not afraid of loving him. He's very much open and he's open to his world, but at the same time, he's very much closed off as far as not wanting anyone else to find out. What if my friends, or maybe not friends, but what if my parents, what if my friends' parents, what if somebody that I don't want to finds out, which puts a very sour taste in your mouth if you find out that the person that you are with, it creates all kinds of illusions in your head that maybe this person is not just afraid, but is he ashamed of this relationship. It creates a really realistic struggle within a relationship. And obviously, even if he believes that he's not ashamed of this relationship, but the fact that he cannot share it because of his fears, the fact that he has any fears and he's not as open as Junji, is unfortunately kind of like a deal breaker. And I feel like Rie did a phenomenal job with his acting. And I also really love the contrast of this music video and the symbolism with the conversation that they were having, and Junji smacking that box, which is filled with origami pieces, which is a throwback to Yujong's Begin music video. The origami pieces symbolize patience, and the fact that Junji is running out of patience, he has no more patience. He smacks that tray to represent the fact that he is out of time and out of he's done. If you are not willing to go through and be kind of public, what are you afraid of? Is almost like why are you ashamed of this relationship? Whereas Rie is is happy with this relationship as it is, and he doesn't want to take it to the next level. Like, much like the lyrics say, in the end, we become one. Just call me by your name. I just want to be your world, and I want you to be mine. I don't want this world to be advertised. As all of the scenes that we see of them together, happy, they're all alone. As a pair, they're all alone. They're never in public. There's never anyone around them throughout this entire music video to symbolize the fact that Rie wants to keep this relationship private. And Junji, obviously, with his personality that he kind of portrays, is very much against that idea, and he feels like if you are afraid of this going public, maybe you are ashamed, and if that is so, or just the fears that someone may have of expressing themselves to such a degree where they're out in the open, it's a difficult thing, and it doesn't just relate to love; it relates to anything, anything that you love doing, but at the same time, you would be kind of afraid of showing it to people and kind of advertising it and sharing details or photos about it, or just being public about it. There are things that you may do where you love doing what you do, but at the same time, if somebody finds out about you doing that very same thing, you would feel very self-conscious and almost like ashamed or kind of afraid that they actually found out, and how they would feel about this is just a very relatable case of just I'm happy where I'm at and I don't want to take this any further. And clearly Junji wanted this to go the extra mile, and he wanted to be very open about it because the love that they share is obviously very intimate and very pure, and you clearly see by the acting and by the scenery, it is almost like love at first sight. It's almost like the first love, or something, which is why it's so painful that it has to end. So everybody just operates at a different level, at a different speed, and one is not willing to wait anymore. You love someone and you want to be their world, and they are your entire world, but at the same time, it's just two people operating at moving at completely different speeds, and one person's it is again much like KB, is very much out in the open and is not afraid, while the other person is a little bit more closed off and is kind of a little bit more self-conscious, and just is not ready. Just being happy, being having a love in private that doesn't need to be advertised, and but at the same time, I definitely understand Junji's point of view, if that is even the correct interpretation of this music video. It's definitely a relatable concept, and I feel like these guys did a phenomenal job with this, with these entire four music videos. They did a really great job as far as being incredibly relatable, delivering a story that is shedding a light, but also doing it in a very tasteful way, and in a way that relates to so much more than just the subject on which they're shedding the light on. So I feel like they did a phenomenal job, and yeah, this was a beautiful music video, and again, Rie's vocals were very warm and almost like dreamy, and very airy, and the song itself felt like a beautiful dream that unfortunately you woke up uh, from, and it turned into a nightmare because all of this had to end because one person was just not ready to go the extra mile, or just to match the speed of the partner, I guess. But yeah, this was an absolutely beautiful music video, and the song was wonderful as well. So if I made any sense, let me know in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I will catch you all in the next one.